You are now listening to Record Button Radio. Home of the new artists and the dopest music on the internet.
And now we got the interview with my homie Hugga Rockz right here on Record Button Radio, CEO of that Bars Up Networks. Y'all definitely tune into that. Freestyle, DJ, everything. He got you right here on Record Button Radio.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, like they make it so it's just like their lives are engulfed in this. Like, but us, we gotta do whatever it is that we gotta do in order to make it in real life. You're like, you know what I mean? And this is like a passion, kind of a dream kind of a situation. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? But yeah, totally like you saying, like just putting everything just for the culture and etc. and so forth. It's just like I don't remember exactly who it was that was like mentioned you D-Raw, like you know what I mean. But it's just like I was just like you know what I mean. Just in general, it's just if we do it all together, we'll get there. Like you know what I mean. Like
that's the same thing I'm thinking. That's why I'm trying to link up with people too, because it's like I know that I look at it the same way you was just saying. Like we're all human beings, we're all people. So look at it this way: we don't need the big industry stuff. We already got each other. So if we put each other together, we already winning.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're looking at even like not, you know what I mean, names like if you're looking at from where like for example like the new artists like XXX and like Trippie Redd, Kashi and all of them, like when you look at how they started, like they started together, like you know what I mean, they were touring together, they were like making moves together and etc and so forth. So when you mention one, you gotta mention the other as far as like, and that's the power that they can't. You know what I mean? That's the power of moving as a unit. Yeah, like you pretty much you can't lose with like you know what I mean doing it. Either way you look at it, you can't lose like because it's everybody's talking about the same thing, and it's just like even if you just you know what I mean, just like putting on one other person, like at the end of the day, it's just like that's another person that's like associated with what you're doing. It's just like it just make all sense to make it work like that. So who do you remember who put you on? Who put you on? Like
I'm not honestly. I don't even know. I just happened to just see it on there. To be honest with you, I just looked on there and it was like my name was on there. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see what's going on there.
That shit is ill to me, yo. I gotta tell you, bro. Like, okay, so I'm saying like, what's ill about it all is the fact that like the thing about Bars Up, when we talking about Bars Up, like is me and a conglomerate of like people just that I just come up with and everything. Like in specific, another brother I know named DJ Nasty. Like me and him, he's from Nasty Trent of Culture. Like off and on all them tracks like back in the days.
Okay, I know what your coach is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like him, like we pretty much he's been DJing like lately, and we linked up through a mutual frat brother that we have through a program that we used to do called U Step USA, which is pretty much like a national step competition for the high school kids and etc and so forth. But you know what I mean, that's like my frat brother and everything. It's just like you know, like I was telling him, like in general, it's just like I just know personally when we first started, it was just like I just know too many MCs that spit. So it's just like we got to do something with this. And my whole background, I got a whole different background, but I'll go into that later. But like I do like a lot of videography and etc and so forth. So that's what I was doing with like U Step and like a couple other step programs. But in general, it was just like I wanted to create like a program that I could say at the end of the day, like it's something that like I could say is mine, like at the end of the day, like you know what I mean? So it's like as far as the brand is concerned, Bars Up, like you know what I mean, I made sure to like solidify all that, but it was just like that was like something for me, like just something to give, like just to do something and give back like to like the culture, etc. and so forth. So it's just like it's crazy because how it started, because it was just like everything so far, like we got plans as far as what we want to do with it, but everything so far has been so organic as far as how it's been building, and just like I've been like if you want to say anybody responsible, like as far as like managing everything, like you know what I mean, like as far as managing the majority of what's going on, like you can say I've been like, you know, I'm responsible, but it's so much bigger than me, like because this is another thing I wanted to talk about if you give me a minute, like, but in general, it's always been something that has been bigger than me, like since the very beginning of it, like. You know what I mean? Like it started out with like 13 other MCs, and it's just like everybody like and I shot it and everything. If you go back into Instagram profiles and everything, you'll see like the whole storyline and how everything came. But then, you know, just to keep the ball rolling, it started off in the freestyles of the days, and then it trickled into the freestyle Fridays, and then it just like you know what I mean. And you're talking about like people all over the world, because one of the things about Bars Up is like one of the main things is not discriminating on any style of hip hop. Because there's I'm sorry. I just want to say, bro, you're the first person that ever asked me to like talk about this shit. Like you know what I mean? Like so
that's crazy because I mean if you've been doing it and I don't understand why nobody would try to approach and see what's going on with it.
I'll tell you what it is, bro. Was like it's a couple things. Like, well, for you, like for example, because a couple people started hitting me up too, like, because I'm about to start posting the Freestyle Fridays today. Like, in a couple, like after we do this, like I'm gonna start posting the Freestyle Fridays and everything. But it's ill because, like I'm saying, like I'm an artist as well, like, so I do hip hop and all that. So it's just like, was ill about like. I always played like the background of everything, like, cause I have a personal style, like I have a certain style, like it's like olives, like you either love it or you hate it, like you know what I mean, like, and I know that about me, and I love that personally about me, like you know I am who I am, etc. and so forth.
Exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, like this thing has always been something that's bigger than me, and like for me, it's just like something I feel that's I just want to keep that, because if you look at hip hop, like I was gonna say, is like hip hop is one of the only genres that you can say that has subgenres inside of it like that. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't say that about country, or you can't say that about even rock and roll. Like to it, they have like maybe 3 layers if you want to go. You know what I mean? But they can't go into like hip hop is something else. Like hip hop became something else, and it's just like. One of the things like I wanted with Bars Up is just like continue to keep that broad spectrum of what hip hop could be, like you know what I mean, instead of putting it in a box, but you know what I mean. So I sometimes like I post things like for example like that I personally may not even understand myself, but if somebody's spitting, the whole thing about it is bars up, like you know what I mean, like if you spitting. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what the name is. It don't matter nothing. Like, you know what I mean? If you spitting, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I'm a post that shit because, you know what I mean? Somebody gonna feel that somewhere. And then if, like, somebody, you know what I mean? If it's one of them things that's just kind of, like, viral on its own, then it's kind of like I'll even do an extra promotion on it, et cetera, and so forth. So another thing just for your followers and everything, I just want to let them know, like, if anybody, we always just looking for new artists or everything, just hit up Bars Up, DM Bars Up Network, and you know what I mean, like, make sure.
Most definitely hit up Bars Up. Definitely hit up Bars Up.
That's it.
You can spit, you can rap. You think you nice? Hit up Bars Up. They'll definitely take care of you.
Yeah, boy, appreciate it, boss. Like I'm saying, boss, you the first person to really, and I think I kind of sidetracked a little bit, but I think a part of it too, because I'm an artist at the same time. At the end of the day, it's kind of like I decided to start like this freestyling every week, like just to see what it'd feel like to be as an artist. Like, what is the benefit? Because like I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from like the artists. Like I just started. Like for example, like the post that I posted to you, like tag your favorite DJ, tag your favorite this and your that. Like I remember I posted one. I was like tag what is it you like something about Bars Up or something like that. and somebody replied, and it was like, how I got so many followers because of it, and this, that, and the third. So I'm not really understanding, because at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm still at like maybe 1,300 followers, you know. But it's just like, it's ill, because even in the polls like that I post like on the DMs or whatever, like I'm seeing like there's people that's not following that, like are legit like check mark people that's like checking this out like regularly, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they follow them, but they ain't following.
Yeah, it's really ill, like watching it like from so I'm starting, but the thing about Instagram is there's no like real manual about Instagram, you feel me? Like, so it's just like everything is a trial. But since I started, like, just to finish the thought, like since I started uh just freestyling every week, I'm starting to understand what it is that's great about it for an artist. Like, it one, it keeps you sharp. Like, as an artist, because like for me, like for example, like I always come up with like maybe a first 4 bars or whatever. Like before, like in the day, like I come up with like maybe 2 different 4 bars, but I never finish them drinks. Like, so what's great about it is it gives me a chance to actually like I could like finish a bar at least within a week. Every week I gotta finish like 16 bars or whatever. So it keeps me sharp on that level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say for example, somebody want to call me to do like an interview or something like that. Like, boom, I got a 16 right here, ready to go. Like, you feel me?
Exactly.
So, but because also I'm also, to give my age, like I'm 39, about to be 40 years old. You feel me? So it's just like, for me, I got so many old rhymes, and opposed to sitting there trying to remember rhymes that I wrote 10 years ago, like, to just keep fresh and just because the thing is, I guess maybe I thought that I would run out of words, but it's like I never ever ran out of words. So it's just like, it's just coming up with different ways of flipping different shit, like, you know what I mean, different like vibes and etc. and so forth. So it's just like, you know what I mean? So it keeps you sharp. So what I'm noticing as far as a benefit, as far as like being one of these artists that I keep posting, for example, like for Freestyle Fridays, is that you get like every week, like you just keep sharp or whatever. Every week you just, trying to like just do just something, like something comes to mind and you just put it together. You know what I mean? But also, what I'm noticing as well on the back end, which I didn't know because I wasn't really posting as myself, like for example, like as an artist, like what I'm noticing is like people are hitting me up to like do other shit, like, you know what I mean? So like, is this bet, like, and I've only been doing it for like a month personally, like, you know what I mean? But between you and like a couple other people, like, this been hitting me up as far as like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's good to, it's just like I'm saying, that's why I guess the suffix at the end of it, I called it Bars Up Network. You know what I mean? Because it's really a network. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just really a dope network if you just, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things, and it's dope. It's black owned. I just want to point that out as well.
Oh, most definitely. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say all that before we got into anything, boss. Like,
no, it's all good. It's all good. Definitely. Whatever you got to say, whatever you want to get out. This is, you know what I'm saying. It's the kind of platform you can do that on. So it's no big deal. Say it how you need to say it. Do what you need to do. It's all good over here.
I appreciate what's going on in your world, boss. I'm telling you, like, I'm in my world, like I'm doing a million different things. So it's just like I'm just really trying to, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just really trying to orchestrate and like connect things that's going on. So like, you know what I mean? What's going on? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too. I'm trying to connect with as many people as I can that's like-minded, that want to get together and say, okay, I know somebody that can do this. I know somebody that can do that. We can all come together and say, okay, we got a big thing here. I mean, everybody got their own individual thing, but we can all come together and still do something great.
right.
So that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. You know.
Exactly.
I mean, a couple other things on the station as well. I'm trying to do some new different formats and stuff. I got a format that I want to come out with like it's called like the top 5 unsigned artists. Like people just give their top 5 unsigned artists. Like treat like a little video and say they top 5 unsigned artists, and when they do it, we can post it up on like YouTube or something and do a little snippet on Instagram, whatever, and they just play the song right after. So that's one thing I'm working on now.
Word, yo. Like little thing. Yo, you got beats too, like.
Yeah. I DJ, I make beats too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, because another thing that because listen, like, because I haven't really been into it, but because like I was telling you on the backside, like I've been moving and etc. But I just also wanna, if we talking about things, I don't like really getting too personal, but like I got like my son that was just born and etc. You know what I mean? And like he like 10 months now, and it's just like
congratulations.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. And it's just like we've been living in the hood and etc. and so forth. So I just been moving. I just moved to like nice little suburb area or whatever. Just like, I just been moving and etc. So we're trying to like get situations better for him right now. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
Putting him first and etc. But like we got like I just want to say that I just wanted to anybody else that would be watching this later, like you know what I mean. I just wanted to let them know like that is paying attention to bars up, and you're just the first person that really caught me, bro. And I just want to put everything on the front page, like.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, because it's just like, but at the end of the day, it's just like there's just been a lot going on, but there's like a lot of ideas that we want to start implementing. Like for example, like if you're saying you got, because I'm really looking like for like abuses too, like as far as like say like for example every week we have like a beat of the week, like you know what I mean, and it's just like there's definitely enough MCs that would want to like you know what I mean, like tackle like maybe even like I see we haven't really worked out the whole format how it would be like maybe 1 beat 5 beats whatever it'd be, like you know what I mean, or something like that, and then they pick and then like freestyle for the week and etc. and so forth, like. And the thing that's been also great about this whole thing in general, like I've been kind of like a joker in this whole situation. I was just telling somebody about this, where it's just like I'm kind of like a dog chasing a siren. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught it. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm really just enjoying the ride. Like at the moment, at the end of the day, like you know what I mean. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's just like if there's like that's why everything has just been like a win-win situation. There's no something about it is just like there's no L for anybody like for doing this, because like for example, like say for example one of the things like for example I was thinking like it's a competition, like for example like if an artist, like say for example you threw up like maybe 3 beats or something like that, and then it's just like maybe 10 artists got on that beat. And then it's just like you pick which artist you want on each beat. So say by the end of it, you say, okay, this artist gets this beat, this artist gets this beat, this artist gets this beat. And then like y'all put it out as like a single or whatever. It's just like y'all collecting y'all whole royalties, etc. on that. But it's just like what's great about it is just like it's creating a buzz as far as. You know what I mean? Like it's there's no rules, like because it's already a buzz, because people already already on it. Like you feel me? Like
exactly. I'm definitely feeling where you're going with it, because I'm looking at it in the same light, because it's like what pretty much what I'm getting is like if it's gonna hit for you, it's gonna hit for them. It's gonna hit for them. Everybody's gonna get a piece of it, because everybody got a little something to do with it.
Exactly, yo. It's a win. There's no lose in the equation. Like, and
exactly
from the beginning of bars up, that's how it's been, and I don't exactly understand how and or why it's like that, but it's just like I guess because I usually take a step back because I don't want people to look at me and then see bars up. I want to, if anything, see bars up and then see me in there somewhere. But it's just like there's so it's just like it's just been it's been one of those things that's just great. There's been everybody that's associated with. There's no the way it's set up is just like there's no competition if you really look at it. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
ever incorporate like a competition part of it, but actually we have an idea for something, but it wouldn't even it'd be totally different than what as far as like battle rap, for example, is concerned. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
totally different concepts or whatever. But it's just like it's never really like there's no you can't lose. Like it is you can't lose by keeping your blade sharp. That's all it's about. Bars
Yeah.
up as far as bars up has developed into is just keeping your blade sharp at the end of the day. And I can speak to that as an artist. And I feel like okay, speaking from an artist perspective, I feel like you know what I mean? Like I'm getting to feel what the audience wants to hear, like as far as what an audience would want to hear. Because there's different audiences, etc. But as far as like this platform is concerned, it's like it's always MCs, like, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But there's fans too, like people that just pay attention. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the core base of it is also at least 1,000 or so MCs. So it's just like it's just it's more so when you're talking about that many MCs, it's like you're really like breaking it down as far as what it is that because I'm posting the best of the best, like when it comes to Freestyle Fridays, like you know what I mean, and in different genres of hip hop. So it's just like you're just really catching a vibe as if you're paying attention to the feed and everything. You're just really catching a vibe on what's popping outside of what they're telling you what's popping. You know what I mean? Like you catching a vibe of what really is popping. So it's just like as an artist, it's just kind of like okay. So me, for example, as an artist, I don't usually put myself in a box as far as a specific style. Whatever the beat is what I'm gonna give to that beat. So it's just like, but it's also okay. What beat am I gonna pick now? For
Yeah.
example, for the
Uh-huh.
next, like you feel me? What's the vibe? What's the vibes like in these streets? Like as far as here and there, like you know what I mean. So it's just like you really get a chance to, like I'm saying, it just keeps sharpening the blade. Like at the end of the day, it exercises your mind as far as like coming up with that 16 to 10
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
16 and then performing that 16, like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of platform where it's kind of out the box, like as far as like traditional like studio recording, which is definitely
Mm-hmm.
better quality. You know what I mean? But there's something organic about the rawness of black and white, like you know what I mean? Just freestyles. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's like if you saw somebody on the street, they just did that. They just rap right there in front of your face. It's that kind of rap. Yeah.
Exactly. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's not, because there's different kinds of freestyles. There's definitely the organic traditional freestyles that we know of, which is like straight off the top, like you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, still giving love. But there's also freestyles for artists that come up with freestyles every week that wrote those freestyles, that took the time to memorize those freestyles and perform those freestyles as like pieces. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
also an art to that and a respect to that as well. Like that's like you gotta respect that part of it too. Like you know what I mean? Like every now
Yeah.
and then every now and then I will post one or two where it's just like somebody is reading off of a phone or something. Because like whatever they spit is just that crazy. Like you gotta hear this shit. Like you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like every now and then I will post something like that. But for the most part, if you pay attention to the feed, it's just like everybody's spitting spitting straight to you. Like you know what I mean? Like and
Yeah.
you gotta come at least on that level, like as far as like what it is, like as far as, and it's just a dedication. It's just like you know what I mean? Like you should be at that point if that's what you're trying to do. Like, you feel me? Like, and that's where that's as far as where we at, as far as where bars up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still didn't post up the freestyle for this week. Yeah, there's always, and it's crazy because it's just like, I appreciate you again for like really interviewing me about this shit, like for real.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
I really do, cause like I'm saying, like since I started hopping into it, I'm starting to see more, and since I started even interacting, like even asking those questions, like who's your, tag your favorite DJ, like I tagged, like somebody tagged you, like you feel me? It was just like,
Mm-hmm.
and this is all what it's supposed to be, like, and I'm just gonna continue to keep doing things interactive, like, and it's crazy because we'll talk, bro. We'll talk right now. Like I'm saying, like with Instagram, like there's ways that, for example, like you can pay for promotions. Like for example,
Mm-hmm.
so every Friday, like for example, I post up maybe 12 or 15 MC. You know what I mean? Like whichever ones I see by the next morning, for example, like I see that they got like the most views and somebody's really bubbling. It's just like I'll promote that
Mm-hmm.
to video or whatever, like because it has a higher chance of like doing a better job, and everybody gains off of that. Like if somebody comes to the page and so forth, so forth. So it's just like I'm gonna promote whoever's really popping the most for what that is. Like you feel me? So it's just like off of that now. It's just like fucking yeah. I just want to say the thought for
No, it's all good. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. We can edit it. It's no big deal.
nah, keep it all in, keep it all in. Like the shit.
Okay. Okay. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
good.
Everybody, if everybody know me as far as Hugga Rockz, they know that's just what it is. Like you feel me? I'm running right now, so I'm just like on a million. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
but yeah, but like pretty much like you feel me? Like so it's just like just that whole spectrum, like you know what I mean, just gets covered. Like but we get back in all that, man. Like we get back in all that. But yeah, man, I do appreciate though. I appreciate though, like
Nah, it's like I said, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, when I saw what you were doing, and I started looking up stuff, I'm like, okay, we kind of on the same path because we putting people out. We want people. We want to see people shine. I mean, we definitely gonna get ours, and at the
yeah,
same time, but at the same time, we want to see other people get theirs too. And we
right,
want to
right.
set something up so everybody can get a piece of it.
And what's great about it, like I'm saying, like is great because it's just like it's just for me it's a brand. Like Bars Up is a brand, but for
Mm-hmm.
this it's just it's a platform. So it's just like it's a win-win situation for me to promote artists that's freestyling. Like you feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like I'm also saying though, it's just like you start to notice who's really kind of like from doing like what I was, I guess what I'm picking up from. That's how I go. I pick up from. But like what I'm noticing, what's also beneficial, and since there's no real blueprint as far as Instagram is concerned, what's also beneficial other than paying for promotion is
Mm-hmm.
actually asking questions to your audience
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
in specific more so, and like I was trying to tell somebody else like who actually has like over like 9,000 or whatever K followers and et cetera and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. You know what I mean? However you want to measure that was ill about it. Because the thing about he's asking me like one day he just hit 9,000 and it's just like it just kind of been stuck there like but it just happened in spurts like that. So one of the things I was telling him is just is more so the fact because he does more like artistry, like he's like artist or whatever, like visual art. So one of the things I was telling him, which is one of the things that most artists do in general, most curators, Instagram bloggers or whatever they do in general, is they not really also more so focus on themselves, like, and that's this really more so talking about artists more than
Mhm.
anything, like, and the differences. And one of the things I'm also noticing, as far as like with Bars Up Network, for example, is like the artists that really more so interact with other artists are the ones that really get the most, like as far as like when you talk about fan, like an actual fan, like somebody that's actually promoting the shit with them, and like, you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
throwing those flames every time, like, you know what I mean, they got the actual followers going on, like, you know what I mean, like it's the ones that really interact and, like, you know what I mean, take advantage of the platform and really, like, you know what I mean, turn it, make something of it, than just like
Yeah.
more than bigger than themselves. Like, yeah, if it's better if as artists, if we look at ourselves as crayons. If you ask me, in my personal opinion, because if we understand, like, if I understand, for example, like I'm a red crayon and somebody's a blue crayon, and if I know that we could paint this picture better if I just play my position and paint what I'm supposed to paint, whatever color I'm supposed to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I just
Mhm.
like to me, it's just like we better off if we just see ourselves as X-Men, like, you know what I mean, as opposed to, like,
Exactly.
you feel me, like we gotta
Exactly.
we
Exactly.
combine it, like, with our powers, like, and everybody don't gotta be the same vibe or the same power or the same, but we can all come from different angles and, like, together the ants will crush the elephant, yo. Like, you feel me,
Exactly.
but that's it.
Exactly. Exactly. Definitely. Definitely.
That's the more that's like, and I haven't really figured out. Again, you the first person talking to me about this. That's, I guess, why I'm rambling so much right now. Well, you know what I mean? But
No,
like,
it's
yeah,
like I said,
but
it's all good because like I said, I've been thinking the same thing. I'm trying to holler at other radio stations now
mm,
and get them on the same path in a sense, like on the same thing, basically what you're saying. Because I look at it like this: if they got a song and if they're marketing themselves as like, okay, we're the number one radio station, whatever they want to market on online. Okay, when you do that and you get and say you know 10 other radio stations, now you can say, okay, well, it's not just my radio station you're gonna get played on, you're gonna get played on these other 10 stations too. So
right,
everybody get a little something of it too. And
right, yeah,
the song I get, I say the same thing. I say I get a song, now I got 10 other people too. So we just keep rotating. Everybody gets something. We all play the song. So you got a 10 radio station network right there.
word, and that's something else. I was like even saying with some of these artists or whatever. It's just like, say for example, like I was telling one of these artists, I was like, say for example, there was just 10 artists, just
Mm,
10 artists, an example, like, and each one of them just was dedicated to promoting whatever it is that the other one was promoting on their story.
yeah.
Like, each one of them would at least gain 5 to 10% more, 5 to 10 times more fans than what they had, because
Hmm.
of the conglomerate of it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
it's there's no such thing as a best rapper. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
everybody, Little Wayne, you can't compare Little Wayne to Jay-Z. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't compare these great artists, like, to each other, because they're great in who they are. And that's the thing, like, it's not about being perfect, it's about being great. You can't let perfection keep you from being great. And as an artist, personally, I can say that for myself. Like, you can't, like you can't you can't let perfection stop you
Hmm.
doing
Exactly.
great things. Like, either way, you gotta keep going. You can't wait for that thing to happen for you to do what you gotta do. Because if you keep going, like Two Chains said, he said, hard work beats talent. Like, at the end of the day, like, talent will get you. Talent is great if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
If you
Exactly.
putting it to work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because it's a lot of there's a lot of people that don't have that much talent, but they hustle is out there, so they killing the game right now.
That's it. Like, and especially in this day and age, when you really look at the state of hip hop, the majority of it is really more. That's really what's winning, the hustle of it, more so than the talent. And I say something more to everybody, like what always worked. Like, if you really look at it, like talent trumps. Excuse me, ratchet trumps talent. So like, if some ratchet shit is going on, some bitches fighting another bitch, you know what I mean, whatever. If one over here, you gonna pay attention to that as opposed to like some dude playing a saxophone over here. Like, if something's going on in the street that you just standing by, you just watching two chicks fighting over here, this dude playing sax, you gonna pay attention to that. But what trumps talent, excuse me, what trumps ratchet is unbelievable. So like, for example, like if you see two chicks fighting over here, but you see a dude jumping across a building on another shit, that's gonna grab your attention more than them two chicks right here. Like, you know what I mean? Fighting.
Exactly.
You feel me? So if you can, that's the thing. Like, that I wish more conscious rappers would focus on, like, as opposed to like trying to change Ratchet, because what what you gonna do? Like, let's Ratchet's gonna be Ratchet regardless. You know what I mean? But if you're giving people something that's unbelievable at the end of the day, like, wow, like, what was it that I just experienced? Like, at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that's all that's gonna trump Ratchet. Like, at the end of the day, so I'm just saying that more so this for the artist that's really frustrated, that's trying to like figure out why the industry, because you can't blame the artist. I feel, if you ask me, at the end of the day, that's gonna chase that check. If that's what the industry is asking for, somebody's asking for like some booty shaking music, and you know what I mean. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, like they throwing it out, like, you know what I mean? Why you can't blame them for chasing that check at the end of the day? Like, but what you could do as an artist, if you frustrated about that, you can really, if you are an artist, you could be, flip that as an artist, but also you can pretty much at the end of the day give them something unbelievable to forget about that ratchet shit. You know what I mean? If that's, you know what I mean? Like, if you have that, what you're saying, you got that power in you. Like, go ahead. But I'm gonna tell you, like me, for example, I already, if you, I got like 3 different albums just sitting here. Like, they're just sitting here, and I really haven't put them out because it's like nobody really knows more. So I've been really kind of in it, like, if I really broke down my resume as far as what I do, we'd be here all night, boss. You feel me?
Okay.
But like, but I say that so humbly, boss. I really do say that humbly. You know what I mean? But like, but the thing is, it's just like I got like, even like with everything I got, like, it's just like pretty much like I as an artist, it's I don't want to get too caught up in the stuff that I already, because, for example, like, you don't want to get, one of the things that I love about Bars Up is the fact, I don't mean, even though I'm going back to my brand, like, I'm just saying, like, one of the things that's great about it is the fact that it really just kind of like keeps me fresh. So it's just like, I got 3 albums already done, but I don't want to just put them out and nobody hears them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 of them are done. One of them is a classic, and let's just talk about this one that's a classic, right? I got one album that's a classic, and for me, it feels like this is the perfect time to put it out because of everything that's going on right now, and it can last for me to the end of the year. Like, if I put it out by the end of the year, the album is completely done. It's already recorded. Is there. I'm just finishing up some visual things that I'm doing with it or whatever. But it's all done. But as an artist, as a musical artist, a performing artist,
Mm-hmm.
I still feel kind of stagnant. So it's just like as a with bars up, it just kind of it keeps me fresh. Like it just instead of sitting here waiting for this album or that album that I didn't even release to even come out, like you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
because I want it to be released properly, like you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of sitting here waiting for them joints to be released to prove whatever point it is I want to prove as an artist
mm-hmm.
lyrically, like you know what I mean. It's just like that aside, I got bars right now, like you know what I mean, like and I
Yeah,
got that's what keeps that's what I think is I'm just learning all this myself right now, boss. Like I'm
mm-hmm.
really doing all this right now myself. So it's just it would really just be talking to somebody about this right now, like you know what I mean? Because it's like people in your circle, like you know what I mean. They want to keep you at a certain humbleness, like you feel me, like
Mm-hmm.
you feel me, and it's just like crabs in the bucket, yo. You feel me? It's just like all my life, I say like that's always been a thing in my life. So I'm not even. It's not even something to say. Like I need my own personal opinion to validate before anything. But I personally, like my personal opinion is what validates me at the end of the day because it's just like that's just how it's always been for me. So it's just like you know what I mean, like, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's just but at the end of the day, it's just like staying fresh is just you can't lose. Like you can't lose. Like it just if you were MC, I really would suggest even if you're not connected to any platforms, just start freestyling every week. Like and just you know what I mean, put together a 16 every. It's gonna keep you fresh. Like but I know because I'm just saying that because I know other artists that decided to stop writing rhymes altogether because they felt like they had as many rounds as they could ever get. I'm like, now, like, you know what I mean? Like, keep going. Like, you know what I mean? Just go. Like, just like
yeah.
I was watching. I apologize for rambling, boss, but I was watching the Michael Jordan thing on Netflix or whatever, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I mean? Like if you look at Jordan's mentality, like it was just like he's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best. Like you know what I mean? Like there's no for him. There's no there's no other. Okay, you gonna say somebody saying that it's because of this that he's slacking? Okay, let me show you different. Then like you know what I mean? He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna prove people wrong. Like you feel me? Like and maybe because I was also watching that too, like the Netflix special with Jordan, etc. Just like he was just like pretty much saying like the one thing they want to attack him about is because he has a gambling problem. They want to say he got a gambling problem or whatever, but like the
Mm-hmm.
nigga, like he's competitive. Like he's just saying like it's not like I can't. You know, my kids ain't getting fed. Like it's not like I'm putting anybody in. I just like you know what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
not a problem. It's not a problem. You feel me? It's not a
Mm-hmm.
problem for him. Like you feel me? Like but like yeah, I don't know, man. Like yeah. Okay, yeah. It's, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got a couple questions here for you.
yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
see what I got. See what I got.
Yeah,
And some of the questions here when you was talking, you kind of already answered. So let me see what's going on here.
yeah. Go, boy. You think, man. Like I'm saying, I appreciate you. Feel me? Like you know what I mean, DJ
Mm-hmm.
E, bro. You know what I mean?
That's like
Appreciate.
I said. That's no problem. Like I said, we on the same wavelength. So yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
I had to see what was going on.
I appreciate. You know what I mean? First person. Well, I mean the first person I'm actually interviewing with. Like you know what I mean. A few people hit
Mm-hmm.
me up. I'm gonna hit them back. Like you know what I mean. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate. Like and like it's all coming in perfect time and like just with everything going on
Yeah.
like moving it like you know what I mean like everything gonna be better like I feel like I honestly I was in the hood and it's just like like I love my people, but it's like with my son and everything, it's just different now. Like you know what I mean? Like I gotta get him out the hood. Like you feel me? Like that was the first thing in my mind. Like I was just like, I gotta get him out the hood, yo. It's just different, yo. And
Mm-hmm.
it's more so the way that they design for us to fail. Like there's no way out of the hood. Like when you look at the hood, like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to make it out the hood for real, for real. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, boss. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you hosted any shows with people freestyling?
Have I posted any shows?
Like hosted any shows, like on a like maybe like a radio show, or like maybe like out a show at a club or something. You was hosting it, and then people just freestyling or whatever.
Right. So the first, okay, so we had two shows so far. We started in 2008. Okay, the first show was taped November 2018, which was, if you really scroll back, if you go to Bars Up Network on Instagram, and you
Mm,
scroll back to the very first shows, um, you'll see that it was shot on this white screen. We rented out this dope area. It was a private screening. First one was a private screening with like this white screen, kind of like infinity backdrop, and
mm,
it was 13 again MCs, and all of the videos came out dope. So if you get a chance to go check those out, it's also on YouTube if you look up Bars Up Network. But the second joint that we shot was called the Cypherthon.
okay.
The Cypherthon was uh it was pretty much like a marathon of bars. Like so what happened was we had four different producers, and each producer had like I think it was like a half hour each. It could have been a half hour to an hour, probably like a half hour each. It was probably like a half hour each, and each producer would play whatever beat that they wanted or whatever that they made, and the MCs would come up and they would spit. So it's just like we had three different prizes where it was just like the producer would pick which MC it was that was the best MC that just pretty much had the dopest bars on his track for the night. So we would pick the best MC. The producer would pick the best MC on his bars.
Uh,
Um, uh, there was also which MC had the most bars for the night. Which MC just would spit on because some of the producers was playing some different kind of joints, but which MC was just just whoever had the most bars for the night. There was a prize for that as well, and then there
mm,
was also a producer prize as well, which was like which producer had the most MCs on during that 30 minutes of each MC had a maximum of like a minute to spit. So it's just like you can have up to 30 MCs, for example, spitting on your drink. So whichever producer had the most MCs hyped about their drinks to spit on, like for example, got like a prize for that too. So the Cypherthon was also the second drink. So yeah,
okay. Yeah, that sounds dope right there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna bring that back. We gonna bring that back, yo.
Okay.
After once we get this COVID thing out the way.
Oh, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could put together a mixtape with five artists on it, like a freestyle mixtape, who would you put on there?
You're asking the right questions, my G. You asking the right questions, yo. As far as on Bars Up Network or just in general?
In general, I mean, it can be on Bars Up Network, but just in general.
See, okay, man, because I gotta answer that two ways, then, because it's just like I gotta answer that in two different ways because I can say in general and then I can say in Bars Up Network because in general I have my personal opinion as far as all time, as far as what I grew up with, etc. But
Okay, right now, I can barely hear you now.
okay, I keep putting it over. So I was trying to be fly and put this joint on the stand. I'll just hold it right here. You can hear me?
Okay, yeah, that's better. I can definitely hear you now.
All right. So I'm gonna say two. I gotta do two different categories. I gotta do one which is a general category, and I gotta
Mm-hmm.
do one which is the bars up. Just because, like, I try to tell people, like, to be honest with you, if you really pay attention to bars up, if you scroll, like, really pay attention to all the artists and featured on bars up, you can find an artist on there that can compete with your favorite rapper, yo, and that's
Mm-hmm.
real. That's so real. Like, and you have to pay attention to really know what's going, because this I get okay. So I'll start with the five. Five. I'll start with the five general. Um, DMX, Snoop Dogg. We gonna go straight there with the verses in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dope that they did a verses because I was personally they were always my two favorite personally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a personal list as well. Um, they were two of my personal favorite. So it just in general growing up with, so I'm gonna put them there too. So it's great that they did a versus. I thought that was dope.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
put I'm gonna put XXX Tentacion on there, yo. I know he's a newer artist and he died really soon, et cetera, and so forth. But like when you talk about the range of his hip hop style is concerned, to be completely honest, if you ask me, in my personal opinion, that's my personal opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen anybody with a range as wide as XXX Tentacion. So if I had five, he would have to be one of the five. He would have to be one of the
Okay.
five. So X, DMX, Snoop, um, man, I'll come back to those. I'll come back to those. So
Okay.
I'll come back to those because I gotta come back to those. I gotta come back. But as far as Bars Up Network is concerned, there's a dude named Reality UWF. His
Okay.
real name, his real name in life is Reality. That's his name, and he just had a son called Vision. And it's just ill because I met them in the very beginning of me starting to post people,
Mm-hmm.
but he also got a brother named Reality. Excuse me.
Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna mess up his name. I apologize. Uh, man. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen him. He's been doing something else. But the both of them as brothers, I don't want to mess up his name. That's why I'm not saying his name.
Mm-hmm.
But the both of them is first his brother was the one that I really thought was crazy, like, because his brother. If you look at, I gotta repost. I gotta do like a favorite type of thing or whatever, something like that. Because the one that his brother posted, as far as like a freestyle of the day type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
that thing was so. Oh my god, that was a vibe. Like it was like because both of them sing, and he did like this little like hip hop sing thing at the beginning, and then he did like a freestyle. Um, man, I don't want to mess up his name. That's the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
REGWI. Follow Reality UWF. If anybody's paying attention to all that, like, but so I'm gonna mess up his name, but he spit like and so he like did this little uh, R&B joint, and then like he freestyled or whatever. But then
Mm-hmm.
like his brother, who I met through, I think I met his brother first, because his brother was just freestyling some joint on Instagram or whatever. So I just we asked him if he posted. He said yeah. So we reposted it or whatever, and he was spitting. So like for example, the Cypherthon, he was one of the featured artists.
Mm-hmm.
My God, like, okay, if you look at the last joint, for example, that posted in reality, like, oh my God, like, and that's just giving people their roses. It's not sweating nobody. It's just giving people their roses by their gay. That motherfucker right there is nasty. Like that nigga is just like on a whole, like if you're talking about the new wave or like ways a sound could be, like he's got it. He's got it. And it's great. It'd be great for him because he's got he's got a kid like he's got a kid right now. Like, you know what I mean? So okay, okay. So there's reality. I'm gonna try to keep it short. There's reality. There's Be Light. Be Light is just a real sturdy rapper. You know you gonna get like just some like, say for example like some West Side, some kind of like you feel me, like Griselda type vibe, like, but not West Side, but just a Griselda vibe, like more like, you feel me, you gonna catch that from my Be Strong. There's this one younger girl by the name of Honey Gold. I don't know exactly how old she is. I don't really, I don't even talk to none of them, you know what I mean? But like, as far as when it comes to like the music is concerned, though, like she's just, if I was to bet on anybody that could pop right this second, definitely her. And if I'm gonna say her, then I definitely have to say somebody else who we repost here and there, but like he's not completely barbarian. If I want to say like these are barbarians I'm talking about. There's a girl by the name of Neen Bowen. Like super dope. Super duper dope. Like man, those are only 5? Okay, hold on. If there's only hold on. Okay, hold on. If there's only 5, let me if there's only, she's super dope, check out. But if there's only 5, then I have to say there's a dude by the name of Let Us Examine, who he produces and he spit. And spit. And it's just ridiculous the way that he spit. Man. And if there's one dude, if I'd like to see come back, he's been away. I don't know what's going on in his world right now. But if wait, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna just say 3 artists. I'm gonna say 3 artists, and I'm gonna just. Okay, so there's a dude by the name of it's Playmaker. There's a dude by the name of Wordsmith, and there's a dude by the name of A-Law Music. If you look up A-Law Music, I'm gonna have to go with A-Law Music, even though Wordsmith and it's Playmaker is every art. There's a million artists, but the thing about A-Law is that if you look, every Freestyle Friday, he starts up every Freestyle Friday, and it's not because he has verse every week. It's because he has 6 or 7 verses ready every week. Like, he's got a verse every day, like, and not just when I say bars, I'm not just talking about like ABC. Like, I'm talking about like some joints. Just like, okay, this nigga's got something. Like, you know, like,
yeah, definitely. Right now with him, me and him. I did an interview with him too, and I became his DJ.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
So I wonder. I don't know if maybe because he's got a huge following. Like, his people support him, and that's the dopest thing in the world to see. Like, you know what I mean? He's got a following, like a people that like support him, and that's dope because he's really putting it. It's dope just to see, but it's also dope because he's really putting in that work and he deserves that type of shit. So it's dope to see people really supporting somebody that deserves that type of shit. And I feel like he takes it as a challenge in himself to just challenge himself to be better every time. Like, it's crazy. Like, he's I would definitely say him as a 5th because he's consistently, and if you multiply that every day. By every day, it's every day. Like he could be freestyling every day if he wanted. Like,
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Yeah. So now, oh, okay. So last two, real quick. I feel like I would need to name a female MC, and in my heart, I'm gonna have to say I know how people feel about Lauryn Hill, but I'm gonna have to say Lauryn Hill,
Mm-hmm.
just because if you look at even how many times her voice was even sampled in hip hop, I don't think there was any voice that was sampled more than that. Like, I mean, like what is Lauryn Hill to me, and the way she's able to be as fluently dope in R&B and hip hop at the same
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? I'm gonna have to go with Lauryn Hill, and then a fifth MC, I would have to say, who am I missing? I'm thinking about right now. Fucking dopest fifth MC I can think about is fucking. All right, I feel like I'll be tapping out by just saying Jay Z just to say Jay. I feel like I'm missing somebody. All right, I bet you by the end of this, give me,
Okay.
give me yeah.
All right. How's the music scene from where you're from?
Was very interesting to me because I'm in New York.
Uh,
Shout out to Yonkers, New York. Where you from, boss?
right now I'm in Delaware, but I'm actually from DC.
Okay. Shout out to DC and Delaware. Um, I'm from Yonkers, New York, but I've been living in Harlem. Um, and I've been in the Bronx too. I'm more uptown, etc. and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But all throughout New York, as far as down even in Brooklyn and Queens, to Lower Manhattan, etc. and so forth. As far as the underground hip hop is concerned, one of the problems, one of the struggles, I'm just speaking more. I'm speaking as an artist, as far as
Mm-hmm.
speaking as an artist. As an artist, one of the things I was more so frustrated about was the fact that it felt like the underground hip hop scene was more so a scene that was trying to be hot. And I say that to say in a way to say that um not to paint a negative picture on conscious hip hop. It's just I don't just consider myself don't put me in a box. It felt like a box to me. It's like to me it's just like as far as the underground scene for real as far as like performance wise is concerned and like places that you're able to actually perform and like etc. and so forth. What the vibe is like in these performance spots is they want you to spit something that's more so influential or uh, positive and etc. and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. And to be completely honest with you, as the type, and again, this is what I'm saying, I speak as an artist. This is
Mm-hmm.
me as an artist. Um, I don't really put myself in a box where it's just like, in particularly, I'll keep it short. For example, I was working with a dude at one point, and this is at a point when I was performing in front of like audiences with thousands of people for these step competitions, et cetera, and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. But it's just like I'm performing these tracks that I wouldn't really even listen to myself. Like to be honest
Uh-huh.
with you, like you know what I mean. And it's just kind of like I'm not really enjoying it as so.
Yeah.
In either case, when I was working with him, he was just like, to be honest with you, I just really want to hear the kind of music you want to make, that you want to listen to. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So ever since he said that to me, it was just like that's all the kind of music I wanted to make. So it's like as some to me, hip hop is therapy to me. Like I don't really talk about personal things that's going on in my life in my hip hop music, like stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. that you should do, and I respect that, and I totally respect that. I understand what they're saying, but for me, hip hop is an escape. There's a lot of things going on real in life that's just like I deal with that shit every day. You know what I mean? Regardless of what, I deal with that shit every day. For me, hip hop is a way to like take a break from that shit. You feel me? And one of the things about me as an artist as well, I guess I should mention as well, is that my background is 3D animation. I do like animation and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like cartoons and et cetera and so forth. So for example, one of the main reasons why I don't do conscious music more so is because my style of my cartoons trumps my music. Like I'm saying, Ratchet Unbelievable. Cartoons, if I show you to you, once I get it out there, it looks really believable. So the thing about my cartoons specifically, it's not really more so like Boondocks, which is just dope. It's just like, you know what I mean? Which is the epitome of what you want to be like.
Yeah.
Boondocks, you know what I mean? But Boondocks is a conscious, more so hip hop thing. Mine's is more so like Looney Tunes. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
reckless things going on. So, and I graduated with all this and et cetera. So, but one of the things that we learned was that, like, when we create these visuals, is that audio is just as important as the visual when carrying across emotion. You know what I mean? So, as a as a as an artist, I had to work from a conscious rapper to more of a free spirited, like, you know what I mean, like my alter ego type of rap, because it's just like that's my escape, that's my character. My character is more Looney Tunes. Like, you feel me? It's not really, if you can't, and I do put messages here and there, but like, and that's always going to be a little bit of a background to everything. But the bait of it all is the Looney Tunes of it all. Like, you feel me? So it's just like, so that's what that. So for me, just to answer your question, um, as far as the scene is concerned out here, it's been a little frustrating because like the scene is more conscious rap, and it's just like I don't really want to do conscious rap with my with who I am as an artist.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's like you want to be able to perform it and do it the way you want to do it versus okay, it's already set up thing where when I go in, I know what I know what they expect, so I got to do it this way. No, I don't come in that way. I come in on the way of okay, however I'm feeling, whatever I need to get out, that's what I'm gonna do. Versus me trying to just say okay, I'm just gonna do these 5 conscious rap songs and then I'm out. No, I'm not gonna do that.
And I mean, even these events like I'm talking about, there I can do my own. I can do whatever it is I want, but the vibe isn't reciprocated the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you want to look at okay, say XXX, who was the last? Like, say Migos or Envy and Young Boy, something like that. Like, you know what I mean? If you them performing and etc., it's just like they're performing in front of like thousands in the stadium of people that just know their shit, and they just there's nothing smart about it. There's nothing like, you know what I mean? Like, in my mind, those are the kinds of tracks that I feel like I make. Like, I make stadium kind of tracks. Like, and I'm not degrading. I'm not degrading anything, but it's just like I don't wanna make that music. You know? I wanna make different. I wanna make shit where I could jump off the stage when COVID is gone. Like, you feel me? That's it. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay. You got any advice for anybody trying to do what you're doing right now? That's trying to put on other people and get people out there.
Okay. Yeah. If speaking as bars up now, like I would say yeah, definitely. Just first off, yes, start by promoting your peoples. One of the things I think that made Bars Up, it's not even where where it's gonna be when people really understand what Bars Up is. It's not where it's gonna be, but it is something that's bubbling, and you can see it's a slow simmer. I call it a slow simmer because it's still burning. The fire is still burning. Like, you feel me? But like, the thing about it that made it what it is because it started from a real place. Like, and exactly where it started from was like me and DJ Nasty. One time he came over, we lit one up, like, you know what I mean? And we was watching. I even remember what it was we were watching. We were, we were watching, I believe, yeah, we were watching the Eminem, the MGK response video to Eminem, and we were just, for some reason, I thought we should Instagram it, and we Instagrammed it, and I mean, nobody really paid attention to what was going on, but after we Instagrammed our reaction to the video and just gave our real true perspective, we had a conversation, and I was just like, "Yo, Frat, yo, we got to do something. We got to do something. Like, I know too many MCs for us not to be doing nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we do this every other week or something for U Step USA, for example. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, at the time, like, I was working with, like, you know, 3 camera production, and it's just like it looks more dynamic than just like a 1 camera shot type of situation. Just like, so I like kind of like the because quick plug, my company video music production. Like, I had like a, you know, the whole setup and everything. It's just like I'm saying, at that point in time, I was just pretty much at a point where I just wanted to do, as much as I was in enjoying the opportunity to express myself in front of so many people every week. I was also doing some like hype man type things on the side. As much as I enjoyed that part, and as much as I, you know, as much as I just, you know, enjoyed the experience, it's just like, you know, and there was like money. I mean, it wasn't really about the money, but just being able to provide a platform for those kids and et cetera, for so forth, to do what they do. At the end of the day, I wanted to create like something that was like my platform. At the end of the day, and I say, when I say my platform, it's some, again, this platform is so much bigger than me, and I only say my platform. I say that so humbly. I say that so humbly because it's like, I'm keeping the pieces of the puzzle moving and connecting and keeping it all going together. But like, it's so much bigger than me, and it's just like I'm humbled to the snowball that's turned into like this big old avalanche right now. You know what I mean? But in general, like, so just to wrap the story though, I did have, you know, like, we sitting there having a conversation, and I was just like, I just know too many MCs. He was just like, yeah, let's do it. We try to shoot it at one studio, which actually didn't have any plumbing at the time, and it wasn't gonna work because we had female MC, and that's just not a go. You feel me? So it was just like, we ended up last minute. My baby mama found a nice production house in Harlem or whatever, and it just worked out perfect. It worked out. It was one point. It was crazy to me. Just like, I'll finish up the story. But like, there was this one point where I was just connecting everything. So I had to connect all the cameras to this one switchboard and et cetera and so forth. And it wasn't working. It was just, in the beginning, something happened where something wasn't connected. Sometimes that just happens. It's just like, when I finally got everything connected, I looked up. There was one point when I just looked up, and it's just like, I seen. It was like, again, it was 12 other MCs, and it was like 12 other MCs that I met in different walks of my life. Like, childhood to like recent, and some people I just would be meeting I just thought was super dope, and it was just all from an invitation. I just went out there and asked them like I just sent out a blast where I just asked all the MCs that I ever knew. You know, it came after my mom passed away. Like my mom died in 2018, so it was just like it came after that. Like, bro,
Sorry to hear that.
no, thank you, boss. What happened was like at her memorial, what was so jarring for me to take away from the whole situation was to see how many people from all over the world that just showed up to her memorial. It was just because she was always a great mother in my eyes, but it was just like to see how many people in the world that she affected and touched, and how many people had stories about her. For me, it was very inspirational. So I just kind of wanted, I guess I was kind of feeding off that momentum. I wanted to create some kind of situation where at least all the MCs that I know, I could say at least did something to help them get to the next stage, or you know what I mean? And what was dope about it, it was just like these MCs to this day, like have made connections within each other to make other connections. So you know what I mean? I could go through the list of connections that's being made, but like some artist is connected to some other really big artists right now because of just a little connection that I made here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so that's all. At the end of the day, you don't even gotta say nothing about me. Like, and I'm like, that just, and that's what it's all. Because at the end of the day, what I'm saying was also any other advice that I would give anybody is also to get ahead and make sure you go ahead and take all the legal steps to brand yourself as well, because it's not as hard as you think. Like for example, like I went and I got the trademark bars up. I went and solidified everything, and I mean, I went and did it myself, but then they sent some papers back to me saying I got to redo it, etc. and so forth. Lawyers reached out to me, and I reached back out to some lawyers, and we got that all situated. But now, at the end of the day, like I own the brand, bars up, like, and
Everything is official.
yeah, and that's intellectual property. At the end of the day, and it's like you don't really consider the intellectual property at the end of the day, as far as like the value, like I don't like talking about too much because it's like I don't want to sound so so like so like a credit score, for example. Say you got like say you got like a like you like okay like for me, for example, like I wouldn't like I didn't know what the benefit was of having a perfect credit score is. I got okay I got I thought I just found out I had a really nice credit score, so I didn't know I didn't know what I could do with that. You know what I mean? It's like I'm saying, it's like having talent but not really doing nothing with it. It's just like not knowing what to do with it. Like it's one thing to have talent, but you gotta have that hustle. You gotta know what to do with that talent.
Yeah.
And then so it's just like and it's just like the same thing like I'm saying, like with everything. Like with just getting the with intellectual property, like for example now I can do like once I get the line the hoodie line is coming up, you know what I mean? Like in specific I wanna have hoodies with the logo. There's other fashion, et cetera and so forth. But like the brand itself is marketable. You feel me? And also the mask and et cetera and so forth. I just wanted to put that out there. We just want to make sure that we get everything at a. I don't want to try and beat nobody over the head for a hoodie or a mask or whatever. So I just want to make sure we get great quality product with price as well. So that's the only reason why I haven't been promoting like actual merchandise just yet because I actually know how to get it done. I just been going through a lot in my real life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what? So what's your social media handles?
So again, make sure you follow Bars Up Network. That's BARSUP Network, NETWORK. And make sure you follow also Hugga Rockz. That's me as a personal artist. That's HUGGAROCKZ. That's me, Hugga Rockz. On Instagram. I usually look a lot more fly than this for ladies out there, you know.
No, it's
so
all good. It's all
I'm,
good.
yeah, I'm running right now. I look like Andrew Mama on, you know what I mean?
Nah, I understand that you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good. It's all good. But I definitely want to thank you for coming on the show. Definitely want to thank you for coming to Record Button Radio. We definitely appreciate having you here.
I appreciate you, boss. Let me know where you posting everything, yo. Like I want to make sure, and like I'm saying with the network, we definitely gonna be reposting all this and everything. So just let me
Okay.
know what's going on.
Oh, definitely, definitely. When I post it up, I'm definitely gonna give you a copy before I do anything of it because I'm gonna edit it, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna definitely give you a copy of the interview. I
All
got
right.
you. Yeah.
And we about to repost them on Freestyle Fridays right now. So I don't know when you're gonna post, but don't feel like you should do too much editing either because I don't really care if people see me mess up too much. I don't really care. I don't care about
Okay.
me.
Okay. I got
but
you.
but yeah, we about to repost Freestyle Fridays. So anybody again, make sure you following Bars Up Network on Instagram if you have a freestyle, or even if you know producer, DJ, etc. But if you specifically have a freestyle, if you're just freestyling, if you're just an artist, if you just want to get on board, even if you're just a fan of just hip hop, underground shit that's dope. Again, make sure you follow Bars Up Network on Instagram. I appreciate you, DJB. You know what I mean?
Oh,
All
no problem. No,
yeah.
no, no problem. No problem. I mean, you saying DJs? I mean, I could do something if you wanted. If you want to do something DJ wise, I can throw something on there.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. So okay, so yeah, we definitely gonna be in contact because
Oh,
like I'm saying,
definitely.
as soon as look, I'm just saying I'm gonna say real quick. Like I just I don't know if you see I still got to see the TV just coming over here. Like
Yeah.
I'm just now getting things together right now. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Once I get, and then I just gotta make sure my little man is straight. You know what I mean? Once I get little man straight, then I'm gonna definitely be implementing some of these great ideas. Like as far as, and it definitely for sure. Do you have Do you mind just? I mean, this is your audience, but do you mind just saying like where we can find your music and all that stuff too, and all that? Like,
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. I'm on Mixcloud. DJ D Raw 22032 on Mixcloud. I'm on SoundCloud. DJ D Raw on SoundCloud. Well, YouTube, Record Button Radio on YouTube, and pretty much Instagram and Twitter is the same thing. DJ D Raw 20032 and Record Button Radio.
yeah, I appreciate like I'm saying even just like now it seems like I just got to keep doing, just keep doing what I'm doing. It seems like everything is working because it's like even just connecting with you right now and just talking about all this right now is spot on. I really appreciate it. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it too. I mean, I know you got a platform and network, and even just me being able to DJ on that is cool for me too. So it works out like we were saying in the beginning. Everybody get a piece of it, so it works out. Everybody gets some shine.
that's what I'm saying, yo. And that's at the end of the day, that's what's going. We can't do it by ourselves, yo. If you look at even like I'm not gonna go too deep, but if you look at Lil Wayne, for example, Lil Wayne isn't just Lil Wayne, yo. Lil Wayne is a brand. Like Lil Wayne is a company. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand. We gotta stop looking at ourselves and think we could do it all by ourselves. As we can't, yo.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta join forces and do something.
Yeah, exactly. There's no. You're right. There's no way we can do it by ourselves. We definitely Meet other people that's like-minded and is down for the cause.
Yeah, just play your position and play it as hard, as perfect as you, as the best way that you can. Not perfect, the best way that you can. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a book called, I don't read books like that to be honest with you, but there's a book called The Four Agreements. If anybody's into books, check out the book called The Four Agreements. Like one of the agreements is that you tell yourself at the end of the day you're gonna be the best. You're gonna be the best person that you can be, because even if things go wrong, if you did your best, you can't hold that against yourself. Because you
Yeah.
did your best. You did your best.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
can't do no more than that. So that's it.
That's it. That's it. Just be your best. And always strive to be your best. Don't cut no corners, yo. The corners that you cut in life is what's gonna hold you back. Don't cut no
Mm-hmm.
corners. And be your best. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I definitely appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, boys. Like, make sure again, everybody check out Bars Up Network. We posting up them Freestyle Fridays right now, yo.
Definitely. Bars Up Network all day.
Bars up, bars up. Appreciate you, yo.
All
Appreciate you.
right. All right, man. I'll check you out next time.
All right, boys. Appreciate you again, yo.
All right.
All right, yo.
All right, man.
Hey.